You can place a blanket or something underneath your head for support if you need it. Just trying to keep your head from feeling like it's thrown back. You can lie with your legs straight out, like in corpse pose, or you can come into constructive rest with your knees bent, feet on the floor. If you're in constructive rest, you can let the knees drop together. Just let that low back sink into the mat. And just start to notice your body making contact with the mat. Let's just do a body scan, just starting at the top of the head, just going all the way down slowly, but making any notes of where you might feel tension. So, no need to do anything about it now. Just kind of see where you're feeling that this morning. And then we'll turn the attention to the breath. So, first of all, we'll just take a few natural breaths, just noticing what's happening with our breath, if it's shallow or raggedy. Maybe it's deep and full, but whatever's happening, just noticing. And then we'll just turn our breath and start to do some water breathing. So, water breathing is 4 counts in and 4 counts out without any hold at the top or the bottom. So I'll count it out for a couple of rounds and then we'll do a few with just our own count. But we'll inhale 2, 3, 4, exhale 2, 3, 4, inhale 2, 3, 4, exhale 2, 3, 4. Just continue at your own pace. Last round. And once you've finished your last round, just return your attention back to your natural breath and just see how things feel differently. You might want to scan those places that you noted earlier, where you noted any tension, just to see if anything changed after we did a few rounds of breathing. Again, no need to change anything. We're just making note. And we'll start to bring movement into the body. So we'll start just turning the head from side to side. So let's go and turn our head to the right. Just notice what's happening in the body. I know my shoulder kind of wants to go up around my chin. Turn the head back to center, over to the left. Again, noticing what's happening. Notice how far your head can turn. And then back to center. And let's do that one more time. So we're going to turn to the right. Again, making note. Maybe you're able to turn a little bit further this time, maybe not. So we'll take a deep breath in, sigh it out, and turn the head back to center. And then we'll go to the left, again, noticing if there's any changes. Deep breath in, sigh it out, and then back to center. Okay, now let's do the ear rubs. So we'll take our thumb and forefinger, bring them to where the outer ear and the skull meet. And then we'll just rub around that outer ear. You can do both ears at the same time. When you get around to the earlobes, you can sort of pull on those gently and go back up, just continuing to rub around the edge of that outer ear. There's a lot of acupressure points in this area that correspond to areas of the spine. So if you find a little spot that feels a little extra tender, you may want to stay on that one a little bit longer. You can adjust any pressure that you're using. Just go ahead and continue to rub around. Now we can also take the forefingers and rub them around on the curvy parts of the outer ear. So just go ahead and rub those around. This may feel really good. You may feel yourself starting to let go of some of that tension. Okay, then we'll bring our hands down. And then we'll do the head turns again. So we'll turn over to the right. Again, noticing any differences. Deep breath in, sigh it out, and then back to center. And then over to the left, noticing, deep breath in, sigh it out, and then back to center. Now we'll go ahead and start to warm up the neck a little bit more. We'll take a deep breath in to prepare, exhale, and just lift the head off of the mat a couple of inches. Keep the neck nice and elongated, tuck the chin slightly, and then release back down. And we're going to do that one more time, and then we'll add the head turns in. So take a deep breath in, exhale and lift, and then turn to the right, center, left, center, and then relax back down. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and bend your knees and bring your feet to the mat if they're not already. If you were in constructive rest, you can bring your feet in so that they're about even with the sitting bones. And then we'll extend that left leg long and straight. So we're going to make this leg active. We're going to keep pressing out through the heel to activate the leg. And we'll bring the right knee into the chest. So personally, I feel pretty stiff this morning. So we'll work through that. So once you pulled your knee into the chest, we'll hold it here for just a moment, just a couple of breaths. Pull it in as tight as you want. You can even move it over toward the armpit and pull it in a little tighter. And then we're going to let the knee drop away. We're going to keep the hand on the knee, and we're just going to do some circles. Now here we want to make sure that we let that right leg go, let the right hand do the work. So you may not be able to make very large circles here, but we're just moving the femur in the hip socket, and then let's pause and go in the other direction. A little more. And then we'll clasp our hands again in front of the knee. Re-engage that left leg if you relax that while we were doing the circles. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and curl up, nose toward the knee. Bring the elbows wide. Continue to breathe. And then release back down. Now we'll go ahead and do that one more time. Inhale to prepare. Exhale and curl up. This time, let's hover that left leg off the mat. So you'll notice that we're starting to bring in a little work in our core muscles on the front of the body. And then release back down. You can go ahead and release that right foot to the mat. Bring the left leg to meet it. Extend the right leg straight, again, pressing out through the heel. Left knee comes into the chest. And we'll do this on the like we did on the other side, where we're just holding that knee in as tight as we can. Again, moving it over to the left armpit if that feels good. Just bringing it nice and tight and just let it release. And then we'll release that away, take the knee into the left hand, and then just do some circles. Again, with just the one hand and the one knee, you're probably not going to be able to make very large circles, and that's okay. We're just moving, starting to bring that movement into the hip. And then let's reverse the circles. And then we'll bring the knee back into the chest, clasping the hands in front. Make sure that that right leg is nice and engaged. Take a deep breath in, exhale and curl up, elbows wide. And then release back down. One more time, deep breath in, exhale and curl up. Hover the right leg. The lower you stay toward the mat, the harder it is. And release that leg back. Let go of the left foot. And then bring the left leg to meet it. So we've got both of our legs bent. We're going to walk our feet out to the long edges of our mat and just do a little windshield wipering here. So we're going to drop our knees to the left, bring them back up and drop them to the right. So we're going super slow and we're not forcing anything. If your legs feel like going all the way to the mat already, let them, but no need to force anything. So just keep it in your pain-free range of motion. We're just bringing some movement, more movement into the hips. And we're also starting to twist through the torso a little bit because you'll notice as even if your opposite hip is not coming off the ground, you're still getting a little bit of a twist through the torso. And we'll revisit that later on. But just go ahead and bring the knees back up toward the ceiling. And then move your blanket out of the way. So go ahead and rest back down. Um, have your block and your strap handy. And we're here in constructive rest again, but let's have our knees pointing up to the ceiling. Heels are in line with the sitting bones, arms down by the side with the palms facing up. And we'll work on doing some bridge here. But before we do that, let's do some pelvic tilts. So we're going to drop that low back toward the mat. Pubic bone comes up and then just release. Your low back returns to the natural curve. And then just do that again. Just getting a little bit of flexion and extension in the low back. Okay, last round for that. And we'll take up our strap. And you can either make a loop in the strap and step into it, or bring your knees into your chest and just bring the strap around and then make the loop. So we're going to do the strap version of bridge. So once you get this the loop around your thighs, bring it to about mid-thigh. Make sure the buckle is not on your skin because we're going to be pressing out into the strap and we don't want to cause any bruising or discomfort. So once you get it there, test your alignment, just press out into the strap and make sure there's about a fist width distance between your thighs. We don't want them strapped completely together where we can't move. And then we'll go ahead and lay our arms down with the palms facing up. And then we will tuck the shoulder blades underneath, widen out through the collarbone, tuck the chin just a little bit. That elongates the back of the neck. And then we'll press out into the strap. Take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to raise the hips, coming up into bridge pose. So press the knees toward the wall in front of you. Engage the glutes to lift the hips. We would like a straight line, if at all possible, between the knees and the shoulders. Belly button in and up toward the heart. And then we'll go ahead and release back down to the mat. Once we get there, let's do some pelvic tilting. And then once you've done a few of those, we'll draw the knees into the chest, slide the loop on and off the legs. You can just put that off to the side. And then we'll take up our block. So we'll press our feet into the mat, lift our hips, and we're going to come into supported bridge. So we want to place that block in the lowest setting underneath our sacrum. We can stay just right here, letting those vertebrae in the low back just sort of hang there. They're not being supported by anything, so this is a good release. For another option, you can extend one leg long and straight, resting the heel on the mat. If you'd like to do a little bit more, you can extend the other leg long and straight. So just a nice stretch. We use these muscles on the front of the hips a lot because we're sitting a lot. We use them to climb stairs. So these hip flexors need a chance to stretch out. We also can stretch the psoas muscles, which are run between the hip pointers and attach up into the mid back. Now, if this isn't comfortable to do both legs at once, you can alternate your legs. We're getting a nice back bend here, just letting the back release. When you're ready, go ahead and bend one foot or one knee and then the other, bringing the feet to the mat. Pause here for just a moment. Take a few breaths here. And then when you're ready, go ahead and push through the heels, lift the hips up, and remove the block. You can just place it off to the side and lower the hips back down. So once you get on the mat, go ahead and do those pelvic tilts again. All right. Now, coming to stillness, we're going to bring one knee into the chest and then the other. Rest here for just a breath or two, just pulling those knees into the chest like we did before, but now we got both knees coming in. We can pull the knees out toward the armpits a little. If your legs come completely to the sides, you can even rest your elbows down. Mine don't, but yours might, and that's perfectly fine. Get a little inner thigh stretch while we're here. And then let's bring the knees back together and just rock side to side. So this is going to counterbalance the back bend that we just did in the bridge poses. It's also going to massage the low back. And then as we're rocking side to side, our rocks from we'll be getting a little bit closer to the floor on each side. And then we can roll to one side. Once we're on the side, extend the top leg and bring the top hand to the mat. We're going to just press ourselves up to seated. And we'll come on over to tabletop. So if you need something underneath your knees, like a blanket for extra padding, if you're on a harder floor, or if you have any knee issues and need some padding, just feel free to place that, but just make sure that everything's even so that when your hips are, when your knees are here, your hips are even. So wrists come under shoulders, knees come under hips. We'll tuck the toes, drop the belly, and raise the gaze, coming into cow. So we'll do a few things here. Flattening the feet, rounding the back, going to cat. And we'll just continue to flow. Really press out through the hands to lift up. It'll help you round the back as well. Go as slow as you want, really holding one pose or the other as you feel like it. And then after our next round of cat, we'll come back to tabletop. We'll extend the right leg straight out behind us. The toes are on the mat. And we're going to press out through that heel. So we're stretching the calf on the right leg. Press your fingertips into the mat to take any pressure out of your wrists. Then we'll go ahead and bring that knee back underneath us and do that on the other side. So pressing through that left heel. Taking a nice slow stretch here. And then we'll return that knee back to the mat. This time we'll go ahead and extend that right foot out behind us. Stretch a little bit here before we move to the next. So now we're going to take that right leg and we're going to sweep it over to the left. So we're crossing the midline with it. And then we're going to take and turn and look off of our left shoulder. So we're looking at that right foot, getting a nice stretch down the right side of the body. And then we'll bring that leg back behind us and then back underneath us. Okay, do the same thing on the other side. Left foot goes back. Take a stretch here again. And then sweep that left foot over to the right. Turn and look off of that right shoulder. Looking at the left foot. Stretching down the left side of the body this time. And then we'll bring that leg back behind us and then come back into tabletop. So let's push our hips back now, coming into Balasana or child's rest. So just rest here. If you have any tension in your wrists, which happens a lot, bend your elbows and just circle them. Give them a little bit of a break. You can circle both ways. You can shake them out. You can even take your opposite hand and pull the fingers and palm back. Just to stretch down the forearms. And you can do the opposite too, pushing the hand down. So whatever feels good for you. Then we'll come back up into our tabletop and then just come on to seated. Again. So if you had a blanket on the floor, go ahead and move that out of the way. Do a little Saraswati twist here. So we'll come on down to the mat. And for the first side, we're going to go ahead and just drop our knees off to the left. So the left knee is sort of pointing off in a 45-degree angle, and the lower leg of the left leg is in line with the long edge of your mat. Right knee is pretty much pointed directly forward. The left foot is just resting on the right thigh. Now for the right foot, you can either have it arched down the way I have it, or you can tuck the foot underneath so that the top of the foot is on the mat. It's completely up to you, just whatever feels best to you. And so to do Saraswati twist, we're going to place that left hand on the mat, right hand goes on the hip, and then we're going to rock toward the left. We're doing a twist through the torso, so let that right shoulder come toward the side. Right hip can come off of the mat. This is a really good twist to do if you have SI joint problems. It can help that SI joint reset. And this one works really well for me. I do have some SI joint issues, and when it goes out, this is one of the things I do. So we'll just rock a couple more times toward the left. And then once we rock the next time, place that right hand on the mat. And both hands are on the mat. From here, you can walk your hands a little bit toward the back of the mat. So we're just intensifying the stretch through the waist. It's fine if you don't want to, or if it doesn't feel good. You can stay right here, or you just grab a block. You can stay right here, or you can even bring yourself down closer to the mat. Now, you can use your hands as brakes. You can bend your elbows a little bit. You can even bring your elbows all the way to the mat, or you can rest them on a block. Now, you may want to ease down a little bit, but you can bring yourself all the way to the mat if that's in your practice. But starting out here, letting things let go a little bit, and then maybe bringing yourself a little bit closer to the mat. Rest for a couple of breaths, and then maybe bring yourself even closer. You can stack your hands, you can rest your head down on a block, whatever feels best. Even rest your head on your stacked hands. You'll notice that the left hip is getting a bit of a stretch here too. So the further you come down toward the mat, the more sensation you'll feel in that right hip, and that may feel really good to you today. Just make sure you're staying in your pain-free range of motion. And then when you're ready, go ahead and bring your hands back to the mat and gently bring yourself up. So once your hands get back toward that left hip, you can untwist, bring your hands behind you, and bring your feet out in front, heels on the floor, and we'll just gently windshield wiper side to side here. Just let some movement come into the hip into the hip joints. All right, and we'll do that on the other side. So go ahead and bring yourself back upright. Drop the knees off to the right. Again, the right leg is going to be, the upper right leg is going to be all pointing about 45 degrees away. The lower leg is going to be in line with the long edge of your mat. The right foot comes into the left thigh, and the left knee is pointing pretty much straight front. The left arch can be down on the mat, or you can tuck the foot underneath. Right hand comes to the mat, left hand to the waist. So we'll do what we did on the other side. We'll just rock toward the right, twisting gently, bringing the left hip off the mat. And after the next time we come up, bring that left hand to the mat. Walk the hands back behind you a little bit if you want. Just twisting a little bit more through the torso. And then just let the body tell you what it wants. So if you want to start moving your hands away from you, or you can even wait for another breath or two. You don't even have to come down as quickly or as far as I am. So it just depends. And this side may feel different than the other. So go ahead and ease yourself down toward the mat. Again, noticing that the closer you get to the mat, the more sensation you may feel in that right hip with a nice stretch. Just stay in the pain-free range of motion. And just continue to breathe. So I've mentioned this before, but twists are really good for digestion and elimination. Nice massage to the abdominal organs. When you're ready, bring the hands to the mat and just gently ease yourself back up. You can go super slow. Just really letting the body adjust. Once you get upright, hands go behind us, and then unwind the legs and bring the heels out in front. And we'll windshield wiper here. So from here, we'll come on back down to our mats. You can place that blanket underneath your head again. And then once we get down on the mat, do some pelvic tilts again, just resetting the back. We did some twisting. So just letting everything line back up nicely. Feels so good. And then bring one knee into the chest and then the other. Now, from here, we will do some rocking side to side. Just a little bit of massage on that low back. And then we'll come to stillness. Let one knee come to each hand. So we're going to do those circles again, but we're going to do them at the same time. So we'll bring our knees away from each other and then back together. Now you may find that since we're doing both legs at one time, your circles are better. And also our bodies are warmed up. Try to let the hands do the work. And then let's reverse and go in the opposite direction. Knees to come together and then go away from each other. All right, last one. Then we'll let our feet drop back to the mat. We're going to revisit the windshield wiper again because we've done some twisting. We've done a lot of stuff in the hips. So let's walk those feet out to the outer long edges of our mat. So let's let the knees drop off to the left. So this time we're going to take it nice and slow, and we're going to let the right hip come off the mat a little bit. You can press that right knee toward the mat. Might get a nice stretch across the front of the thigh on that side. Let's bring the knees back up toward the ceiling and then drop them off to the right. Again, left hip comes up, left knee presses toward the mat. Now, to get a nice stretch, you may have to walk that foot off the edge of the mat. So whatever feels really good. Pain-free range of motion as always. Back up toward the ceiling and drop them off again to the left. Back to center and then over to the right. Okay, back up to center. Bring the ankles and knees together and then let the knees drop away. Soles of the feet come together and we're in reclined cobbler. So now we're getting a nice inner thigh stretch. If this is a little too intense for you, just ball up your fists and put them underneath your upper thighs. But that's only if you want to. You can rest your hands on your belly, or you can open your arms out into a T here. That'll help open up the chest as well. And when you're ready, go ahead and bring the hands to the legs, help the legs back together, and then draw them into the chest one more time. And then rock side to side. And if you would like to morph this into a happy baby, feel free to bring those feet toward the ceiling. Hold on either behind the knees or around on the edges of the feet. And just do whatever feels really good here. This is our last pose before we go into meditation and Shavasana. So feel free to do whatever. Stretch the legs long and straight, maybe alternate, maybe just rock side to side, whatever feels good. So you guys continue to do that. I'm going to go ahead and come up and get ready for meditation. So, as usual, get any last stretches out that you would like to do. so that you can fully relax into the meditation and then Shavasana. So as I usually recommend, is I want you to be in a very restorative position, meaning that I want your body fully supported either by the floor, or you can bring in a bolster or rolled up blanket underneath your knees. You can even do a sideline meditation and Shavasana, a belly down. I've seen it all. So do whatever feels really good to you, where you can really just rest down and sink into your support. So we'll be doing Seaside Sanctuary today. So close your eyes and begin to tune into your breath. Take a deep breath in through your nose, feeling your belly expand, and then exhale slowly through your mouth, releasing any tension. Continue this, allowing yourself to settle more deeply into your body with each exhale. Imagine yourself sitting on a sandy beach. Feel the soft, warm sand beneath you, gently shifting to mold itself to your body, fully supporting your shape. Notice how your body feels cradled by the earth, as if the sand is gently hugging you. As you take a deep breath in, feel the warmth of the sun wrapping around you like a soft, comforting blanket. With each exhale, feel a gentle breeze caress your skin, carrying with it the healing scent of salt and sea. Breathe deeply, and as you do, notice how the rhythm of your breath begins to match the ebb and flow of the waves rolling into the beach. Allow this natural rhythm to guide you deeper into a state of relaxation. Now bring your awareness to your feet. Feel them rooted into the earth beneath you, as if they are sinking into the warm white sand. Imagine roots growing from the soles of your feet, extending deep into the earth, anchoring you securely. With every inhale, draw in the nourishing energy from the earth, feeling it rise up through your legs, filling your entire body with strength and stability. With each exhale, feel any tension draining down through your roots and dissolving into the sand, leaving you lighter and more at ease. As you continue to breathe, shift your awareness to your hands. Slowly run your fingers through the sand, feeling the grains slipping through them. Notice how the sand feels against your skin. Perhaps it's warm, maybe a little coarse, or even silky smooth. As you let the sand slip through your fingers, imagine releasing any worries or burdens you may be holding. Feel the sensation of letting go, grain by grain, moment by moment. Now bring your focus to your back. With each breath, imagine a gentle wave of warmth moving up and down along your spine. As you inhale, feel this wave rise from the base of your back, spreading warmth and relaxation through each area. As you exhale, imagine the wave flowing back down, washing away any tension. Allow your back to soften, releasing into the support of the sand beneath you, feeling more at ease with every passing breath. Next, shift your focus to your heart center. Feel the gentle warmth of the sun shining on your chest, radiating a sense of love and peace. Imagine your heart glowing with a soft golden light, expanding with each breath you take. As you breathe in, feel this light grow brighter and warmer, spreading through your entire body, down your arms, into your hands, through your legs, and to the tips of your toes. As you exhale, feel this light extend beyond your physical body, connecting you to the world around you. Take a moment to tune into the sound of the waves lapping gently at the shore. Imagine that with every breath, you are breathing in this rhythm, drawing the ocean's calm into your body. With each exhale, let go of any thoughts, allowing them to be carried away by the waves far out to sea. As you sit here on this tranquil beach, feel the warmth and stability of the sands beneath you, the strength and power of the ocean before you, and the infinite sky stretching above you. Allow yourself to be held by this moment, fully present, fully grounded, and fully at peace. Know that just as the waves return to the beach, you can always return to this place of calm whenever you need. When you're ready, begin to deepen your breath. Start to bring small movements into your body, wiggling fingers and toes, gently awakening. Feel the sand again beneath you, the sensation of your body shifting slightly as you move. Slowly circle your wrists and ankles, letting the energy flow back into the body. When you feel ready, roll onto one side for our pose of transition. Feel the support of the earth beneath you and the gentle rhythm of your breath as you rest here. Take a moment to acknowledge this space of stillness and reflection, expressing gratitude for the time you've dedicated to nurturing yourself. As you prepare to return to your day, carry this sense of grounding and peace with you. Know that this sanctuary is always within you, just like the sand that supports you, the waves that calm you, and the sun that warms you. Whenever you need a moment of serenity, you can return to this inner beach, reconnecting with your breath, your body, and the peace that resides within. So, as you feel ready, very gently and slowly, press yourself up to seated. You come to your seated position. We'll bring our arms down by our sides, palms facing out. We'll circle sweep the arms up and overhead, palms to touch in Anjali Mudra. We'll bring thumbs to our third eye point, reminding us to live with an open mind. We'll bring thumbs to lips, reminding us to speak kind words, not only to others, but especially to ourselves. And we'll bring thumbs to heart center, reminding us to live with peace and gratitude. The teacher in me honors the teacher in you. Namaste.